This cedar's cool. Here's a couple more cedars. They're big. Yeah, they're so cool. I know, there's supposed to be so many of them in here though. But for all we know, it's 6 inches under the ground and you'll never see one. See, look at right here. What? This is a spring. Here's one. Where? Right here. Hey guys, thanks for checking out another video with Angel and I. We're up by Finland, Minnesota right here. Northern Minnesota, up towards the Canadian border. Close to Lake Superior, out in the woods. We found some state land here, and it's really, we're into tourist season big time right now. The leaves are changing here. So there are tourists everywhere, but where we go to these spots, we haven't seen a soul. We're in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres of state land, haven't seen a person yet. So we found a spring. I'll put a link into the description here. Click that link, you'll see there's actually hundreds of springs. It looks like, at least I'm guessing, between 100 and 200 natural springs like this around the state.
I can't move that.
Not the big ones, but yeah, see if you can move some of the smaller ones around.
It's just damp in there, there's no...
So this is a single source where at its peak up to or more of 1 gallon per minute or more free flows at its peak time. So in Minnesota, our peak time for something like this would be in the spring, after the thaw, after the rains. Then something like this would be at least 1 gallon per minute or more. And I found these too, so I'm not the only one that's been here. So I did find these PVC pipes here. That's to help you know, get into the water flow and to help fill up your buckets or your containers or whatever. And some of these areas too, where you actually see these wells free flowing, they might have a pipe sticking out of them. There'll actually be lines of people filling up their water containers. Oh yeah, and the other thing too with springs, so they don't mistake them for like an artesian well or a free-flowing well, or for example, if you're excavating and you come across water maybe 3, 4, 5 feet down, there is a natural water level. Okay, if you hit that as you're digging down, that's not a spring, that's just the natural water level. A lot of times if you're looking at a swamp and you're at about the level of a swamp, if you dig down to that swamp level, you're going to hit water. I mean, that's where that water level is going to be. And springs are also in lakes, swamps, creeks. So, and that's kind of dangerous for us here in Minnesota. As you know, it's the land of 10,000 lakes. Everybody here ice fishes or snowmobiles, or they're out on the lakes driving around. And our biggest fear is that when you're driving on a lake, you drive over a spring, because typically there's action under the water in those areas. So the ice is going to be a lot thinner. So a lot of us know that, hey, if we find this lake in the backwoods, it's probably springs fed, and it's probably not a lake that you're going to want to ice fish. Or if you are going to ice fish it, you're really cautious and you're checking the ice depths as you go out there. So they can be dangerous too. Okay, it's not uncommon for someone to fall through because of a spring. So we're going to mark this spot. We'll come back this spring when it's flowing. We'll get some water at that point. And the thing with the spring water too is it's super fresh water. You know, you don't have any of the fluorides in it, any of the chemicals in it from the city. It's about as natural and fresh and healthy and good water as you can possibly get. I mean, you get your bottled water, you know, if your bottled water is coming from a spring like this, you would be lucky. It's not. This is about the best water that you can get. And we're right on the edge of Lake Superior here, which is the largest freshwater lake. I think it's the second largest freshwater lake in the world. So we're right on the edge of that here. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, so hit subscribe. Bottom right there, go check out the DNR website, look for some of these springs, go see what you can find. And if you find a cool, good flowing one, put a comment down below. Angel and I will go check it out. So we will see you on the next one.